In the game of chess, there's the rook, the knight, the bishop, the king, the queen, and the pawn. The pawn is worth 1 point and only moves forward, unless it is to claim another piece diagonally. But if the opponent's piece is straight in front of the pawn, it's stuck and cannot move. Although there is a rare situation where a pawn can claim another pawn if it is right next to it, and this is called en passant.
Pay attention, it's tricky. If your opponent's pawn moves forward 2 squares, which it can only do if it is that pawn's first move, and it lands directly next to one of your pawns, then on your next turn, and that turn only, you have the opportunity to capture that pawn as if it had only moved 1 square, like this.
Let's not forget the most powerful feat a pawn possesses. It can be transformed into a queen once it reaches the other side of the chessboard, similar to checkers. No other piece can do this, making it an exclusive to the pawn. When there's 10 pawns on the board, you can only imagine the power you rival your opponent with those queens.
The pawn is only 1 square away from getting to the end of the board. When a pawn gets to the end of the board, it promotes. It becomes a more powerful piece than a pawn. It can become anything other than another pawn. It has to become something other than a pawn or a king. There can only be one boss on the board at any one time. Most of the time, pawns promote to the queen, which is the most powerful piece.
Honestly, putting the pawn at S tier would be a complete insult. It's clearly in its own league. Now, the pawn is such a superstar that it deserves to be treated as such. We need to start worshipping our new god, the pawn. Even in the background of this video, you see Magnus Carlsen is struggling against the pawn, overthinking, putting time down on the game, thinking about the positions of these pawns. Such a superstar piece. Look at his face! Look at him! There's no reason that the pawn should be this busted, but I'm not complaining. At this current moment that I'm recording this video, I'm just drooling and itching thinking about subscribing this video and just playing pawn-only chess, as it gets me out of the bed every morning. I'm gonna let you on a little secret here. Most of my chess wins come from the pawn forking a unit letting me get in the lead. Such an underrated champ.
Elephant chess.